Good evening to all and welcome to the session How to Master series. This I'm going to start tomorrow. How to Master series goes with 100 important topics related to English language from competitive exams point of view. This session is going to be at 8 p.m. every day and this is going to be very useful when it comes to competitive exams. How to Master series. Today it is I would like to provide an insight regarding this How to Master series. This I'm doing for the first time. 200 rules I have already done, but this I'm going to do for the first time. This series is all about mastering 100 topics of English that are very important from competitive exams point of view. If you take English language as such, from competitive exams point of view, in my opinion, there are about 100 topics that go with English language from competitive exams point of view. And if you should have the approach, you should know the strategy, you should have the strategy how to master. In this series, every day I will come up with a topic. I will provide the insight regarding that particular topic, and also I will provide the tips and the strategies how to master. The topics are related to grammar, reading comprehension skill, vocabulary, and exam topics. All the areas will be touched, and do remember this is related to the tips and strategies how to master. For every topic, tips and strategies are provided in a systematic way. These tips and strategies give the students the required competitive edge. When it comes to a competitive exam, you don't have to be the best. I always tell students, you should be better than others. That means what? You should have the competitive edge. When you attend these sessions, How to Master series, 100 important topics, you will definitely, I strongly believe, you will definitely get the competitive edge. And these topics go with reading comprehension skill, grammar, vocabulary, and also new patterns. And as I said, I'm going to offer courses related to SSC, courses related to bank exams. When we talk about new patterns, that goes with they go with bank exams. Reading comprehension skill. Usually, a lot of students are not good at passage. They try to avoid. If I take a session, How to Master Passage, I will be providing what is tested when it comes to a passage, how to deal with the passage, how to get, everyone knows when it comes to bank exams, any passage, 10 marks, 5 marks based on comprehension, and 5 based on meanings of words based on the context. How to get minimum 5, average 7 from the passage. If not, if you follow all the tips, how to get to 10 out of 10 from the passage. That makes all the difference. And I may touch what is tested when it comes to a passage, how to read the passage, how to answer the passage, and how to get maximum marks when it comes to a passage in the bank exam. That is what I'm going to do when it comes to How to Master series. A lot of students find it difficult to deal with closed test, find it difficult to deal with para jumbles. For example, if I take a session, How to Master para jumbles, I'll be telling the students how to get all the five, the correct order when it comes to para jumbles. You all know the standard pattern. The five or six sentences are shuffled and you have to get the correct order. How to get the correct order? I'll be giving tips how to take the elimination approach, how to get the first sentence, how to look for the pairs of sentences, how to look for the concluding sentence. All these tips I'm going to provide when it comes to how to master para jumbles. Not only these topics, as I said, these topics go with, there are 100 topics. Some go with reading comprehension skill, some go with grammar. When it comes to grammar, how to master parts of speech. This is an important thing. You cannot straight away go to nouns, verbs, in my opinion. First, you have to know how to master parts of speech. Usually, I tell my students across the country, if you take the candidates, they follow three steps when it comes to parts of speech. They learn the definition, they know the various dimensions, they learn the rules. But that is level one. I am going to talk about when it comes to how to master parts of speech. Level two, there are three areas. You have to know the word forms, you have to know the word combinations, you have to know word usage. And when I provide the insight, how to master parts of speech, all these aspects, following those tips and strategies, you try to learn or try to master parts of speech, I'm sure you will have the competitive edge. No second thoughts about that. And how to master tenses. If you remember, I said tenses are the key to English grammar. I always tell students if you master tenses, you can master. It is like mastering English grammar, English language. And a lot of students think tenses are very confusing. They are not at all. One of the reasons, school level, when it comes to tenses, they teach how many tenses are there. They say three tenses. And what they try to do here, they try to club three, the time dimension, present, past, and future. Under each time dimension, they try to cover four tenses, two basic tenses and two perfect tenses. That results in confusion. But I'm not going to take that approach. When I teach tenses, I tell students there are 12 tenses. They are divided into two groups, basic or simple tenses, perfect tenses. And once you master the basic tenses or simple tenses, then only then you have to go to perfect tenses. That is a systematic approach. And if you learn that way, what happens? Easy to learn, easy to remember, easy to master. And once you master tenses, obviously, when I talk about how to master speech, you will be able to follow. How to master voice, you will be able to follow. How to master helping verbs, an independent topic. For every topic, I'm going to provide the tips and the strategies and also the insight regarding the topic, how important it is from the exam point of view. When it comes to vocabulary, how to master misspelled words, how to master one word substitutes, how to master idioms, how to master synonyms, how to master antonyms. Let us take how to master one word substitutes. Generally, when it comes to vocabulary, people they don't have the right strategies. What they try to do, they try to learn at random. But if you try to learn words at random, that is not the right approach. That should be the last option. And before the exam, you don't have a lot of time, then you take a few lists and try to learn words. But generally speaking, you should always, I strongly recommend, you should learn words from a context. This is the best approach. Even native speakers, they try to learn from a context for different reasons. Easy to learn, easy to remember, easy to recollect if you learn from a context. Not only that, you will develop what I use regularly, contextual awareness. And that is one strategy. Besides, I'm going to talk about how to create word maps and how to learn with the help of word maps, with the help of mind maps. All these tips I'm going to give. And once you follow those tips and those strategies, within no time, you will be able to learn a lot of words. That is one thing. Not only that, you will be able to remember and you will be able to recollect in the exam within no time. Let me give one example. You should learn from word maps as well. I'll touch these two dimensions. Context. And for this, I always tell students you have to read the Hindu paper, the headlines, important news items, the editorials. When you read a particular editorial, it is about a particular context. Let's say it is about earthquake. Then in that editorial, about 400 words, you have about 10 words which are very important, which go with effective English, and you may get those words in the exam because there's a context earthquake and you come across words like tremors, epicenter, devastating, play havoc, wreak havoc, and evacuation, loss of property, loss of life. You come across a lot of words, a lot of phrases, a lot of idioms, and all these go with a particular context. Then what happens? Easy to learn, easy to remember, and easy to recollect. On the other hand, you take a list of words and you try to learn at random different words. That day you may remember, and 1 week you may remember. After 1 week, it will be a problem to remember. They may disappear. But if you learn from a context, very easy to learn, remember, and recollect. This is the first strategy. Second strategy, learn words with the help of word maps. Imagine you take a theme or a concept like religion. Try to write all the words related to religion. And when you write these words related to religion, and you can add again synonyms, antonyms, and also you can add word forms, word combinations. You can create a mind map. It is a word map come mind map. And if you write all the words related to religion at one place, when it comes to revision, it saves your time. You write words like theist, atheist, agnostic, preacher, theology, black magic, sorcery, witchcraft, all at one place, pilgrimage. While revising, it becomes so easy for you to remember and consolidate. So I'm going to give the tips how to master all these topics that go with vocabulary. And I'm going to also touch descriptive English is very important. You all know that. How to write an essay, I'm going to provide the tips and strategies. How to write a formal letter, how to write an informal letter, how to write précis. And each session, I'll be providing the broad framework, what is tested, exam point of view, and how to prepare for that particular aspect, the tips and the strategies. And I'm sure if you follow those, not today, every day one topic, if you follow those tips and strategies, 100 important topics, I'm sure in the exam you will be able to deal with those topics effortlessly. So this is like the introduction related to how to master series. I'm starting tomorrow. Every day it is going to be at 8 p.m. Do attend. It is like the first step when you want to master important topics. About 100 topics are there. I have made a list of 100 topics. All the 100 topics I'm going to touch in a systematic way. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Tomorrow morning, we have the Hindu editorial analysis session. In that session, I'm going to make an important announcement and do attend the morning session. And I'm going to make a few changes when it comes to the Hindu editorial analysis. That also I'm going to discuss tomorrow morning. Thank you very much for being with me Sunday, and good night to all.